Jazz, you telling me you've never taken a man's hoodie?
I don't take anything. If it's left at the house, then doesn't that seem like it came into my house and decided to stay?
Stay? You couldn't have returned it?
I mean, look, if it wants to leave, then it can walk out the door.
How about this? Have you ever been at your man's house during that time and you left with something that you didn't come in there with?
Nothing that he didn't know about.
I'm sure he knows. We typically know about our hoodies. We just don't get them back.
I'm saying
socks, French fries.
This is not what.
Don't sit at the table with me and we look at the same menu and you still taking off my plate. Oh, I'm furious. And my daughters do it. So I'm like, hold on, we not starting right here.
Wait,
you don't do that?
No,
Yeah.
No, I order what I wanted. I don't want nothing on your plate.
You gonna do that, Jess?
Yeah,
exactly. That's the whole point.
If it look good, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna compliment it now. If I gotta compliment it 2 or 3 times, I'm just going in for the kill. Like,
oh, so the compliment was the give me something.
Yeah, every time.
That's the gimme.
Now I will say when you finally, like, I guess, get in sync with your mate, though, y'all do begin to order stuff that y'all can eat together more so. Y'all go out, you be like, you want this? I'm like, that look good. And we can taste it type thing. I did.
Friends do that. You ain't even got to be with a mate.
That's like that's the whole point of going to even somebody. Yo, that look good. This look good. I'm gonna try that. You try this.
Yeah.
I'm a solo eater, so I like to go out by myself. I treat myself.
Sound like you're selfish.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you lonely.
I could be, but I ain't too worried. I'm always with people. I'm always with people, so I like to be to myself. It's something. Yeah,
I feel that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Selfish.
That was a good little introduction. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast, where we discuss, debate, review, sometimes argue on movies and TV shows, and we have our random tangents. As you can hear, if this is your first time joining us, welcome. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. We are here. I am Jazz. I am one of your hosts. I am joined with Kris. How you doing, Kris?
Hi. Good. How y'all doing?
Doing well. Jason is our other co-host. Jason, how are you feeling?
Jazz, I'm good, man. I'm good. I can't complain.
That's good. But I mean, complaining doesn't do anything anyway. So it's best to take a shot.
It's best to take a shot.
There we go. But welcome to the pod, gentlemen. This is episode 44.
Right?
What?
Yes.
Oh, yes. It's coming. Oh, sorry.
All right, come on.
No. I heard something different.
Sure.
It's fine.
I'm just making sure,
And today we are reviewing John Wick Chapter 4. Yes. This exciting film, very highly anticipated, it released last month, the end of March. So that's, you said what?
I think it was 24, but it really don't matter.
So the end of
hey,
why did he even?
Okay, Jason, it's
okay. My bad. It happened. It was bad.
That was crazy. But, this movie did just release, so currently it is not available on streams, but it's definitely worth checking out in theaters. Since we will be reviewing it, that means we will be spoiling it. That means pause the pod so it's not spoiled if you have not seen it. But for our returning folks and already know, please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review, and then come back after you've seen the film and check out what we had to say about it. Yeah, I guess we can get to the table since that's where all the action happened.
We are at the high table today. That's what this is what it's all about. So are we I guess with this, now are we doing our regular part? Do you want to just like open discussion because it's a new movie? Just we can.
I would say I actually prefer open discussions since this movie was very long.
Mm-hmm.
And
Bruh,
so, y'all.
I fell asleep 3 times watching this movie.
You fell asleep on John Wick? Wow.
3 times.
Okay, confession time. Whew, thank you, Jason, for confessing that. So when I first watched it, I also fell asleep.
Dang, y'all was sleepy? It was late at night or something?
It was. I woke up super early and I was just in and out. And I'm like, wait, what happened? People still fighting? Yeah, oh, okay. Went back to sleep.
That's the benefit. That's the benefit of the movie. All the different fighting they had, like a fight lasted 15, 20 minutes. So you may have missed probably a good death, but beyond that, it's still just a whole bunch of fighting when you get through. It's a whole lot of fighting. Which, like I said, I don't know if this is the conclusion of the story, but we'll get to that to the end. We'll save that for the end. So John Wick Chapter 4. I went to go see it at the movies, and as I was walking into the theater, John is hitting on the bag. Okay. But I walk in as he's hitting on the bag. I was like, how much have I missed? Like, oh my God. I left back out and I went to go look for the next screening, and I went into it and I just sat and let the previews play. And it come on, same as that. I said, damn, I done wasted. That was 30 minutes. I could have stayed in there, but yeah, it is what it is. But this introduction, because these movies, they don't. There's not a lot of time doesn't pass between one movie to the next. All this is done within a week's time, month's time, just going crazy.
Some of them, I would say, probably a couple of hours.
So from 1 to 2 is 4 days, but from 2 to 3, that's just a continuation.
Right, because he was leaving one place and he's still in the street. Because in one, he was like, all right, John, you got an hour. And then the next movie, he got 20 minutes left. So it was just like, damn. But yeah, with this one, go ahead, Jason.
I was just gonna say, so within this, at the end of 3, he gets shot by Winston. Winston shoots him. He falls off a building. He wakes up with the homeless people, which is who Lawrence Fishburne. He's the leader of them, the underground. So he has his own cult. They look after the people, and that's where he is pretty much practicing. He's getting ready because he to go out and kill people.
Yeah,
and I think John. He probably said 100 words in this 4-hour movie,
bruh.
which is expected. I didn't really want him talking. I wanted him fighting. Yeah. So I enjoyed that. I was in the movie like, I want to get in and fight now.
So, all right, I get that. But when you listen to his dialogue on the rewatch, he's not saying he's not having a conversation. Because it was one scene, and this is more towards the middle, where he was having a conversation with the daughter that we meet in Japan. She was like, my father, he was your best friend. He was like, a friend. And then she was just like, I need you to kill them. He said, I understand. I'm just like, John,
like an ogre out here.
Like, what are you doing? Like, give me some a noun, verb, and a subject in your words. Like, give me sentences. But I was just laughing at it on my rewatch. I was like, yo, they really gave Keanu Reeves, like, all right, here's 2 pages of script. That's it. And that's all you got.
They spent they put out a budget into the fighting.
Yeah.
And all the, and them sayings, Kris, so this was your first experience.
Yeah.
With the Wick film. How are you feeling going through it? So I don't know if you were able to, go back, really rewatch the other ones. I personally, I didn't, and now I did. And I only watched. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only watched them because Halle Berry was in 3. So that's the only reason I watched them. Yeah, it wasn't there. It was Halle Berry. Yeah, we bringing that back up. So
did you really just say that? Somebody unlock a memory from long ago. You just get really this guy. Shout out to Halle Berry. I guess
that's the only reason I did it. I sat there and I rewatched them. But what was your experience like with the John Wick film, Kris?
So I saw I think it was a tweet or an article from a tweet, but they was like, this is the best action movie of all time. Mm-hmm. So my first thought, I went to Hereditary. I tempered my expectations because people also say Hereditary was the best horror film of all time. I was like, all right, the cap. But it's really good. And for me coming in, like I said, I haven't seen the first three. I'm definitely gonna watch them and then rewatch this one just like in order. It's actually really good. And the craziest thing to me is this all started because his dog died. But I like how they branched off such a strong story arc from everything else after that. Even the way he's killing, like everything is mad creative. I've seen clips online of him killing people. One time I don't know if it's this movie, but he slapped somebody, he slapped a horse and knocked the dude head off.
Chapter 3.
I was like, all right, that's the type of time you on. And then the scene with Common, they was shooting the silences and all that stuff. Yeah. So I think for me, the biggest thing, I want to see how creative they get with the kills. Because you could already see like they really in their bag, and it's not like a slasher, like, okay, you're getting stabbed. It's just like, nah, we about to find mad ways to try to kill people. So that was my biggest takeaway. But I didn't really get, I didn't go for the Hereditary effect.
Got you. I feel like as far as diversifying your kills, this was it. This was it. I enjoyed it. Just different stuff. But one of my biggest gripes with John Wick is he ain't got no hands. John Wick ain't got no hands. I would debate that with anybody. When you put John hand-to-hand combat, he finna get dusted. And they brought the right band for this movie for a hand-to-hand comeback that he was like, nah, we ain't doing. And I didn't know who he was. So I'm going. That's my homework. I'm going for his. I'm going to watch IP, man. I've never seen.
You don't know Donnie Yen, bro.
I don't. I knew his face. I knew he felt. He like when you see him, he felt familiar.
Yeah.
In this movie, So we just discussed Creed, all right? So this movie is why I really enjoyed Creed 2. The only way you can, because like I said, when it comes to John Wick fighting. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm not really into the one guy bang bang shoot him up kill everybody. I don't believe in it because it's just like you telling me at no point somebody can just blow his head off, like just one person. It's 100 of y'all, just one person can blow this man's head off at no point. It just doesn't make sense. Even in Scarface going crazy, killing everybody, and they blew his head off. Nah, Jazz, you not.
I have a question. So you say that about this, but you love the Fast and the Furious movies. with all the outlandish things that they do. So
look, no, that's a guilty pleasure. That is a guilty pleasure. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, if you can, it's a guilty pleasure. And I called him out in the last movie. I was like, hold on, man, this just get too ridiculous. I'm going to go see 10, and I'm going to go see 10 Part 2 whenever they do it. I'm going to go see both of them movies when they release. But yeah, it's just something about them doing this. So it was like something has to change. Like the story has always been compelling enough to pull you into it. Because like even with, like I said, the dog, of course, the dog being killed, it goes into a sentimental thing. But the reason the dog even got killed or even put in that position was just like, okay. And was that Theon, Jazz?
Yes. I'll bring up Thrones again.
Yeah, because it's two people from Thrones.
What's it called? Your link of Thrones is Shorty, ain't it? You know what? It's all good. It's all good.
I don't know why Jason thought she was just gonna tell you her link of Thrones.
I mean, I was just trying.
Jason could be like, "I'll go first."
I was.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
All right, so like I said, so just going to the Creed comparison. Like I said, Creed 2, because it was, I say tell the two cities. You got the story of two different people coming from nothing, trying to become something in front of everybody. But in this, you have two legends that they're trying to pit against each other because nobody can get this man, but there is one person that can do it, and that shit got done in Kane, which is, he definitely was my favorite character in this movie. Mm-hmm. Kane was, from the witty jokes he was coming back, from what he had to, what his reasoning for why he had to do it. Everything about this character, like it sold me. Like both of them had a reason to do what they had to do, and they just had to because it was, I guess the promises they make, which is, the two promises. Either you can't deny your marker, which is why John's in this problem in this predicament in the first place. He tried to deny one, and he had to take it. And then two, because you're not supposed to kill on intercontinental grounds. And that's what spearheaded everything in the beginning. But yeah.
John just keeps doing shit that he's not supposed to be doing. Because he also killed somebody on the continental grounds.
Yeah.
So, but you know, John don't care. He'll kill whoever. And then the fact that this movie opened up with him, like, of course, getting his fresh suit. He's riding horses in the desert, and I immediately was just like, ah, shit, what he about to do? Yeah. And he goes out to the desert. What I got him listed as? He's a table member.
The elder.
He's an elder.
Yeah, the elder. Dude was just like, look, I need my ring and my freedom. And the elder was like, yeah, your ring is gone. So John was like, let me go ahead and put a bullet in his head. And which spearheaded this whole thing. It was just like, all right, we got to get him out of there.
Yeah, you can't kill elders. But it's funny going back to what Jason said about the dialogue, or both of you guys actually, where he doesn't say a lot. I kind of like that because sometimes you can get it. I don't know who, I'm not familiar with the writers. I haven't, deep dug that. But sometimes you can get like that corny line and it's just kind of like it ruins the mystique of the character sometimes. So I'm sort of cool with the whole beat 'em up thing. Like that's just maybe because I played Double Dragon and stuff growing up. I like, beating up and fighting. So that's probably what it is too. But I didn't too much have a problem with that. I thought it was funny how they kept, how they tied in sort of, well, I haven't seen the movies, but you could tell some of the characters from previous movies, how they keep going back to that. And you talked about, is there going to be another one? It's been announced, the ballerina one, right?
Yeah, I think that's a prequel or spinoff.
It's a prequel?
They already talking about ballerina too. But technically, they said it's supposed to be in between 3 and 4.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, because John Wick is supposed to show up, so I didn't know the timeline, so.
In between 3 and 4.
Okay.
But yeah, it's supposed to be your girl Anna de Armas is the lead in that, so that's gonna be it'll be interesting to see her. But she is in a few action movies I've watched, so she's not bad at doing it. So it'll just be interesting seeing her be the lead as it, because typically she's that the I'm not gonna say the love interest, but she's the number 2. She's never been a lead in that. Well, I haven't seen her as a lead in that. It'll be dope, and it's dope seeing them come back together on screen. Ain't that your favorite movie, Kris? Knock Knock. That was name.
Yeah, that movie. I think I rewatched that when we was talking about it. That movie's really stupid, but it's kind of good. So, it's just like you didn't have to. Have you seen that, Jess?
No.
Okay, it's not horror. I don't know what you call it.
It's more like a thriller, suspense type.
Sure.
I feel like.
Are people dying?
Yeah, it was yeah. Without spoiling. I mean, I don't even feel like it's worth not spoiling. It's just watch it. Just read the wiki. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't gonna watch it. Y'all not selling me at all.
I mean, it's not bad. It's okay.
So like I said, we got the elder that John pulls up on, blows up, and then we go to the Osaka Continental.
Jason, we don't go there yet. We go to the New York Continental.
New York, okay, New York.
Oh, yeah,
because we see what happens there.
Yeah,
got you. The New York Continental, yeah. What did y'all think about Bill? What's his name? Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
As the marquee. What y'all think about his character?
Jay shaking her head.
I mean, every time I see him, I think of it. But he did a really great job at it. Mm-hmm. I just be like, look at this Pennywise ass nigga. Like, but I think he did well in the role. He definitely sold it, and I was just like, I can't wait till he catches the bullet. Like, you taking your time making this coffee. They just told me that my hotel about to be gone. Like, just how that whole thing panned out, and his whole like motive behind everything.
Yeah.
His ending was very fulfilling. But I think he did good in this role for sure.
Yeah, I like it when he blew up the other hotel. It seemed like something out of a video game. So
it did.
Yeah, it's just like everything crumbling around. He just don't care. And then he shot my guy, but
yeah,
it was
R.I.P.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
he did pass. Before the movie even released, he passed for a release.
It was very close, yeah. Which is kind of, when I saw that, I was just kind of like, dang. But they threw me off a little bit because I thought he was gonna shoot Ian, the other guy.
Winston.
Winston. Then he said your concierge, and I was just like, that's kind of sucks. I wasn't expecting him to. Yeah.
And he told him, don't come.
Yeah.
He said, I don't think you need to come. He was just like, nah. And I'm just like, you shouldn't have went.
Yeah. RIP.
Yeah. Allegedly he was happy with the movie. So RIP Lance Reddick. But the marquee man, he was dropping some bombs in this movie though. Like he was saying some stuff.
He blew up a hotel.
He
literally dropping
he blew up a hotel. But I was he was like, you know, he was talking to him and he was like, you know, how you do anything is how you do everything. And then the way he was just talking, it was just super eerie. You never knew what he was gonna do. You never knew how unhinged he was. Then he shot. Like I said, he shot, you know, Lance. But I like what he told him after he killed him. He was like, it should have been me. He said, yeah, but it wasn't. And I want you to think about that and why that is. And it would benefit us. And maybe it'll benefit one of us from this conversation. And he just walked off. And I was just like, this dude right here is cold-blooded.
Yeah.
But as he's leaving, he asked him to get Kane. And then you see Kane, this Donnie Yen character, and he's chilling out looking. Well, he can't look, but he has a he has a locket of his daughter he's feeling. So dude did such a good job. I had to look him up to see if he was blind for real. And I was like, man, like, cause the way it was just like, it made me think of Borachao, I believe, Mortal Kombat, like drunken, cause he was just like moving around, but he's blind, right? So he's moving around, but he's moving around like he in the middle of action scenes, and it was just dope. Like the elements they used to allow him to be able to have an advantage in those different fights, from him feeling different things to, you know, the doorbells ringing and stuff, or when people touch, like when him and John was fighting, John had to be careful not to walk or not to step, because as soon as he did, he's on that spot, like he's on a target, and he's running for it. So unfortunately, they pulled Kane's marker. And the reason being is because they told him, we pull a marker, so either you do it or we take a life. And of course, he only got one life that he cared about, and that was his daughter's. Yeah. What do you think about Kane's character?
I like him. I'm just a fan anyway. I'm just a fan of his anyway. I'm really surprised you haven't seen IP Man though, because he's really good in that. And even if you look up, I think I saw like a clip on YouTube or something in 2009. So when I see him and my man from Mortal Kombat,
that plays Scorpion.
Yes. Whenever I see one of those two, then you know, like the fighting and everything, choreography. So I was excited for him. Just seeing him blind. I like how he incorporate that. Is there a blind character in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is Kenshin.
Okay. So I like, you know, just to see how they mix up, you know, different, like you got the drunken, the blind. I was curious to see how they did that. And I liked it. He was a badass for sure. He was dope.
Yeah. I would say, he was dope. And I thought it was funny because when they're in, like, the fight has already started and they're in the kitchen. And then the dude was like, Kane, do what you're on paid to do. He over there eating some noodles. Like, he was just in there chilling in the corner eating. And he was like, all right, tied his shoe. And then that's when he put the doorbell things that you mentioned, Jason, up. And I was just, when I first saw it, I was like, what are these supposed to be? Because I thought it was going to be like a bright light to shine for people coming in to try to blind them. But then instead, it was, of course, the doorbell to where he can just hear them and they react. So I was just like, I thought that was dope. Well, it's like a sensor. So it'll go off up there around that. Yeah. But I definitely liked his character. To see him and Scorpion fight it out. Yeah, I was hurt.
Man, Scorpion get killed in everything he playing almost, man.
He's so loyal, like loyal to a fault in every movie. Actually, like if y'all were him, would y'all have gave John up?
I wouldn't have gave him up, but he could have just left. He didn't have to give him anything. He was like, you know what, I'm done. I figured it out. It don't even matter no more. He would have just left because his only job was to kill John. He killed him and he still didn't get no information.
Wait,
you think they would have came back for his daughter though? If he would have just straight up left?
It don't matter. She still out there in the world anyway.
You talking about Scorpion?
Jason, we're talking about two different people.
No, we talking about Kane, right? We talking about Kane when
he's talking about Scorpion.
I was talking about Scorpion.
He was too loyal to John because he wouldn't give him up, right?
Right, and I was asking y'all if y'all were him.
It wouldn't have mattered. Because he didn't give up anything. He died and for no reason. He died for no reason. Kane was like, you know what? I'm done. Y'all just go. He said, bro, I'm letting you go away. Why are you? He said, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep fighting. He was like, all right, bro.
I mean, but you know good and well, like with them having that fight, the table was going to come back to them. Like their lives were still going to be in danger.
That's what I said.
So
I don't think they would have just let him go.
Right.
I don't think they would have though. I think they were done with it. Because I mean, well, he would have had to be on the run. He would have to be like the daughter.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she's saying.
So would you rather be on the run
or just give him up?
Or just give him up?
Running get old when you get older. Like he don't want to run. He want to retire somewhere on the beach.
But in that situation, he could have. I mean, I feel like Kane was still cool with his people, right? He wasn't like he didn't want to kill him. Like he didn't want to kill John. It was the whole thing of is his daughter or John type situation. So it was like he had to do what he had to do. So it was just. I feel like he just had to strip him of what he had to do. Like, if he cut him, he was like, man, you know what? I'm done. I mean, let me just go. I don't need nothing else. It is what it is. I'm gonna leave. But then dude was like, nah, you're not gonna just leave here. You're gonna beat me up like this. We fight to the death. All right. He stabbed like in the chest.
He did it twice. Like
whenever he did that, bro, it was just so swift and smooth.
Yeah.
Heck no. But prior to that, when they go into the
before we go there, to answer Jazz's question, because that's how we got here in the first place.
Like my question never got answered.
Yes, I would give up. I would give up John Wick.
I said no, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay, yeah,
it wouldn't have, I don't feel like it would have mattered. I don't.
Okay.
It would have mattered. Like,
okay. Yeah, sorry, John.
Dear John. And then they have like I said, but when they actually pull up to the Continental and the daughter is she's super worried. She's like, hey, we need to give him, if you know where he at, tell it, give up the information. We need to just save ourselves in this. And they, the guys pull up, everybody pull up, they got their suits. Which this is like, I feel like there was the second movie they kind of explained how the suits were. What did you think about that, Kris? About these suits they had on?
They was fresh. I mean,
okay. So, what did you think about the ability to be bulletproof? What did you think about?
Yeah, so it makes sense, and that's why when you said earlier when you were talking about like somebody would have, the beat 'em up type thing, somebody would have got him out of here at one point. I like that they added that in because it literally makes sense. You have assassins, people are like, John don't got hands, you said, but people are going to be trying to shoot you all the time. Bulletproof vest is nice. And I like how they implemented it, especially when he was in that museum type place. He was just kind of like, I like that. So,
man, I was like, man, that'd be tripping me. They'd be walking around talking about,
but even the glass, because there was a couple points where I feel like, I'm sure it was, okay, I'm sure it was stronger glass, but I still feel like a bullet. It's okay. It was written that way. I feel like the bullet should have went through and got him, but it's fine.
I feel like some of that stuff is like kind of like bulletproof, but based on how they suits are, like at the end when they were taking them off, you can hear all the bullets falling out, the bullet casings falling out of them from when they was when they had got hit. But
if y'all were assassins, would you get like a bulletproof face guard?
That would be convenient.
Don't you think that'd be beneficial if you're going against other assassins that also had the same type of suit as you? So everyone just needs to know to shoot the head. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, I would probably have something, but I mean, even those guys there, they had them on, and John was still busting them in their face.
Yeah, I would definitely do as much as possible to protect myself.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't be like, all right, I'm about to roll up in here, my head out.
Just looking around all free, neck all free.
Hey y'all. And then get stabbed and shot in the head.
Man, I don't even know how to live in this lifestyle. And then number 3 is when it would made me question it, because there was a scene in there when they freeze everybody to show you how much power that the high table has, and in the world. So it's just like, bruh, nah, ain't no way in the world John could get through or make it out of this.
Everybody is an assassin in the world of John Wick, except for John Wick's wife.
Even the janitor.
He's dead, so. but everybody's an assassin. So I do want to add like this, the fight scene when they were in the kitchen, when John was fighting, the lights. I really liked how the fighting scenes in this movie, how they just use so many different light elements. Like it was just so dope. And then you got the fighting happen, and I was just like, damn, the visuals were really good in this movie.
I like that too, because it sort of enhances the. So IP Man is one, but like kind of, I don't know if Daredevil uses much light, but it's sort of like those realistic fight scenes when you just like, I like how they use the light, because it's still, I ain't gonna say it's realistic, but it still adds that extra, what am I trying to say? It's like a layer to the choreography or the fight choreography. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing where you just in the hallway, you beat each other up, but then we got the lights and the music and everything going. It's just like an experience. So
it is.
Yeah. I hope I explained that.
Yeah, I like how in the different use of the camera angles, because they was going into different rooms and they brought the camera, from I can't think of the
overhead,
but the overhead shot, and they going through and they you can see them. It almost feel like watching a video game as they going through and he's shooting or fighting or whatever. He's going into the room, but another character we get introduced to that was pivotal to the movie was the tracker. The tracker was, he's looking at it and he was right. The bounty, in the previous movie, it ended. The bounty was at 17 million. I think it started at 18 when this movie came on. He pulled it up. He was like, all right, it looked cool. So he was just more so, I'm gonna keep on his tail until it gets to where I need to go. And he, he's going flipping through his book. He, pulls up a house. He has his dog drawn in front of it. It was like 48 million. It's how much I guess the house or whatever he was trying to purchase. Would y'all be interested in doing some track work?
I would.
Tracking is one thing, killing them at the same time, no. But I also felt like he was kind of greedy, because if I get to 20 million, I'm straight. Honestly, like 48, you kind of pushing it, but
it's John Wick though.
It's just about, you see what happened to his hand, like
yo, that scene was crazy.
That was yeah.
What would y'all have done? Would y'all have just lifted the knife up, or would you?
Oh yeah, I'm lifting him up. I ain't got nothing to prove to you.
Exactly. He's talking about for yourself. Yep, myself in my hand. Nah.
What y'all think about the tracker character though? What did y'all think about him?
I didn't like him at first on my first watch, but again, I was in and out of sleep, so I just didn't understand his reasoning for what was going on. But when I did my rewatch, I was like, okay, I actually do like his character. And so and it's funny how they incorporated him having a dog, because John, everywhere he go, he used to have his dog, who wasn't in this movie.
He was.
He was? Where?
At the end.
What was the post-credit scene?
Yeah, when Lawrence Fishburne, that's the dog that John got.
Oh, that's right. That's
that's the end of one, right? That was the end of one. He got another dog.
I think it was the beginning of 2.
No, you remember at the end of 1, he got hurt. He got stabbed. He had to sew himself up in the veterinarian, and it was set to be terminated, and he pulled it out. So that was 1, but the dog was with him in 2. He left it with Sharon at the concierge in 2, and then he sent him back with the cab in 3 at the beginning. So he was barely in 3 and barely in this one. But yeah, he had him at the end of 1.
Okay. Well, John didn't have him. but I forgot where I was even going with it.
The tracker.
Oh yes, the tracker. So on my second my rewatch, I enjoy his character, because I was just like, okay, I see what he's trying to do, and I was just like, but as you saw his character developed, he seemed more or less interested in trying to kill John and just seeing and admiring John's work.
Exactly. That's what I thought. But she was dope seeing him do it.
Right, because he's just going through everything, and he's also like helping. He's like, oh, I need you alive as long as possible. He's like, we in this together. Like, can you imagine having just killed 56 people and then somebody roll up on you, save your life, and like, we in this together? Like, wait a minute.
Like, who are
John,
you?
And then go John not saying a real sentence. I know you.
Would you trust him if somebody rolled up like that?
You a tracker.
Yo, he's an AI for real. in the world that he lives in, I'm not fully trusting him at all.
Right.
But the fact that he just saved my life, he got like a half a star of like, all right, but I got to keep a lookout because obviously you putting your life at risk. It's a reason why. So you must have motives.
Yeah.
Man, you slick. Almost got to have a marker on the person or in order to trust that person. You know, kind of like with like Halle Berry's character, he had a marker on her. That's the only reason she decided to help him. So like, you almost got to have dead to rights type, yeah, you know, before we. But he, like I said, but Kane told him it's only so many people he trusts, and even of the people that he trusts, it's very few of them that he, you know, he rock with in that manner. So yeah, it was. I enjoyed that. I'm the same exact way, Jazz. I didn't really trust. I don't know if I really cared for his character or what it was, but something about him gave me bad vibes.
Mm-hmm. Is it because he black?
Yeah. Ain't nothing to do with the black. Who she gonna definitely don't throw that out there, ain't she?
What?
I mean, you gotta make sure.
Is he because he black? No.
Hey man.
Koji. But yeah, that when Kane and Koji began fighting in that by the water, it made me think about Mortal Kombat. How that whole scene was set because the way the camera zoomed in off the water up to the level of them fighting on the board. I definitely I like the way that looks, and you know, yeah, he told the daughter, he was like, I'll be waiting for you.
Yo, he said like this scene definitely comes back.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that. Like this entire situation.
And yeah, which
is open discussion, right? Oh, you just want to wait.
You go ahead and talk about it, Jazz.
I mean, it's just like the post-credit scene. Like, if y'all both seen that, you see he was about to go speak to his daughter, and sis was like, "Yeah, nah, I'm back, and I'm about to kill you in front of your daughter, which is something that you did to me." And I was just like, "Woof." But I think I saw online a lot of people said like that post-credit scene left it open for, I guess, another spinoff or like another movie. Do y'all think it was enough to get another movie?
That's for sure.
Would you want to follow her?
I don't know if I want to follow her. I don't know if I got enough to follow her. I mean, I would definitely follow Kane. That he's worth the big screen movie to see what's going on with him, see where he goes from there.
But you know he dead.
We don't know
that. Watch the movie come out and they started right there. And it's just like, damn it. I thought you got your revenge.
He gonna be like no.
Jason, these sound effects like the
you got him. A movie about the high table would be dope. Seeing, you know, I know people. I don't want a prequel movie about the high table, but you know, I mean, I don't know if you can take the high table down, like, you know, truly. And I mean, why would you? I guess because I mean, they're not even necessarily doing something. It's just those outliers, which is like the marquee. He's doing the most in that situation. Like I said, I love his whole speech about, you know, he's not trying to kill John Wick. He's trying to kill the idea of him. It was just like, yeah, dog. Like it's not even the idea. That's a man. Like, you know, that's a whole guy. Like, as far as this, so that was wild. Him telling that.
Do you think it would be something like a spinoff where I don't even know how they would do that? Maybe like somebody else takes up the mantle of John Wick or something. Like I don't know.
So I wouldn't say that, but I mean, you can follow because John Wick, he don't have a mantle to follow. He left. He's not in the life no more. But there's other people that's still in the life you can follow, or it may be, or there could have been something that he did that would have triggered something else somewhere else. Because for the most part, that's what pretty much happened. It was a minor situation that escalated a lot larger than it should have. So it could have been something like that. He could have, you know, typically it's always you kill the wrong person and bring somebody out of retirement, out of the dark, and they need to come do something. So it can be something as small as that, like, or somebody possibly looking for John Wick, and they find out he died, and then they just go into their story. So because we haven't seen Anna de Armas at all, but that's who
Right.
ballerina is supposed to be. So it'll be interesting seeing how they make that work.
So she hasn't been in any of them John Wick movies.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I thought I was tripping because I'm sitting here like, who is she? Because I'm like, I don't remember you in anything, and I'm like,
that's what I mean. That's what I was saying. Like these movies, like they only have like, I mean, truly only like like 3 or 4 people reoccur. Lawrence Fishburne, the concierge, John Wick, and Winston. Nobody else. Everybody else is they typically new people every movie. They don't bring people back. You know, Common, he out of there in 2. Halle Berry was out of there in 3. They don't like the elder, he did come back. He was in 3 and they brought him back and he got popped as soon as he came back. So.
You can't cut no man finger off and say you ain't really got your freedom. Like, I get why John did it.
Yeah, no, he had to. And then they get, you know, they John and Winston, they finally have their, I guess, standoff since he tried to kill him. Well, not necessarily a standoff, they had a conversation, and he finally, you know, trying to speak some sense into John. He was like, man, if you're gonna do the killing, at least do killing that makes sense. Like, don't just be out here just killing people aimlessly, like without an idea, nothing, man. Take this idea, and he kind of tells him he has, you know, I don't. Did you understand that piece? Like, was that his family, or was it just people that was of the family he was a part of, or something?
I think it was that people that was of the family, but we don't really get too much of a backstory of John outside of what little bit we got from John Wick Chapter 3. So I don't know if it was like blood family, a pissed off sister, but I definitely want to say when you mentioned that the conversation between John and Winston, he also said something that was said to John about 3 to 4 times in this movie. They were just like, so you kill him, and then what? Like, the high table is still going to come to you. They're still going to try to kill you. They can just replace him. And earlier at the beginning, Scorpion's character told him the same thing when him and John were talking before the folks came through there. He was just like, so what are you going to do? Like, the high table is going to still come for you. And then I think 3 times, because we hear it from John's fake cousin. And so on my rewatch, I was just like, it was foreshadowing a lot, and you don't realize it during the first watch. But on my rewatch, I was like, okay, I see what's going on with it. But I thought that was cool. Like, everybody he had a somewhat conversation with kept asking him the same questions.
I mean, that's my idea of it. Like, how can you kill it? You can't kill everybody.
Right.
You got to stop at some point. Like, your death, whatever. Like, when it came to it. So, yeah, I like that him and Winston, you know, they finally had they sit down, they conversation, and he tells them to go to Berlin. And how was the tracker finding this nigga like this?
He's a tracker.
Bro, this man, they just in like they not even like that. It'd be different if they was in the U.S. going from New York to Chicago or New Jersey. This man, when I think he was in Japan, and then he flew to Berlin, and then he just put up the shadows like, oh yeah, he out here. Yeah.
Found him, another country, but I got him.
Got it. And they use the flip phones. He ain't even got a smartphone, bro. But he pulls up in this into the church, and the pastor shot him. I said, "Oh."
Didn't he say nice suit?
Yeah.
It's like he knew he was going to get shot. Like it looked like he knew he was going to get shot. He was like, oh. They put him in. They put him in a rope. Put him in a little lynch mob. Have him hanging up, trying to see what business he have because he's been excommunicado. And what do I think about this scene? He's in a noose getting ready to get for his untimely demise.
Yeah, those scenes make me uncomfortable, no matter what the movie is. So I was just kind of like, he's not gonna die, but it's just kind of like, can we get past this?
I'm like, y'all can't think of anything more creative than a noose.
Yeah,
I've been seeing nooses too much lately.
Yeah, like a guillotine, something like. You still talk.
Waterboard that motherfucker. Like, give me something else.
Yes, with that, it's like he has no. It's instant, and at any point it can change. So I guess that's the whole thing of it. Putting him in the noose, and
But this scene, it was funny because when he was talking to his fake cousin / we're not sure,
Katya.
Yes, and she was just telling him like, for you to get reinstated, he had to kill somebody, and John is just like, name him. Yo, trying to breathe, and she just like said it. I was like, yo, I'd be so pissed if somebody gave my name to John Wick. I'd be like, come on, can we talk about it?
Like why me?
Why did you pick John? But
the dude that he, huh? Yeah, you know why. The dude, yeah, the dude that he had to kill reminded me a little bit of the guy from Spawn. The villain? He reminded me of him.
But it was John Leguizamo character though.
John Leguizamo.
You talking about the clown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because John was in. I mean, he was in the first movie actually.
Yeah.
In the first one.
Oh, he was in the first
John Wick.
No, he was.
Oh.
Yeah. He was in
okay.
the first two actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he was in two. Okay.
Or his car.
Okay. Yeah.
Just rewatched it, Jason.
I didn't. I told you I didn't.
Oh shit, my bad.
I was about to make a sleep joke, but he did say that. So.
No, I didn't rewatch.
You should have made it anyway. We can create our own narrative.
Nigga fell asleep on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yo, falling asleep on a franchise is kind of wild. Like you gotta rethink.
I will do it. I definitely wake up whole new season, show something else. I'm like, what is this? Man, what I fell asleep on. They pull up. They meet. His name is Killer. The big guy, big clown guy. And that's I think that's my second favorite person in this movie. They sitting over here, sitting at the table. He bringing everybody in. He got John. He got Kane rolled up, and of course the tracker. He pull up. Like I would have had to shoot him. I'm sorry. I would have probably shot him. The tracker.
Why?
Because he just like, bro, what are you doing? You just everywhere I go, you here.
He's a tracker.
That's why we had to shoot him.
Don't track me, bro.
But hold on, but Jason, it's not like he's not useful, because if somebody's behind you, he will see them before you and could take them out and save your life.
That depends. That depends on it depends on the number high enough for him. Because he could kill. He said, what's the cost? Not enough.
But see, you should have the same app he does, so you can see how much you cost.
They did excommunicado on him. He can't. He don't got the app no more. He can't get none of that.
Jailbreak your phone, brother. Just jailbreak your phone.
You mean to tell me Winston ain't got that app? Winston got that app. He could use Winston's password.
What?
Link accounts.
Man, but they have this. I guess this standoff. They playing this card game.
Spades. They playing spades.
It looked like it. It looked like spades. I don't know what they.
If Jazz saying spades, it's probably spades. Jazz knows spades. I'm gonna trust Jazz on that one.
And I guess I don't know.
That shit ain't spades.
Nah.
Oh shit. look at me.
Like, come on now, Kris. I think they were playing like.
It was like the two. Well, first thing I think of when I see two cards is,
No,
like,
go ahead.
First thing I see when I see two cards is I think of blackjack.
It's not blackjack though.
I thought it was poker.
Poker. That's what I think. That's what.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the. Yeah, it was poker. Because they were talking about, John throw his cards out first, then Kane throw his out. And I be tripping off Kane. Like, how do you know any of this stuff? Because he blind. He touching the card. He put him in 4 9s and a 4.
He's not blind. He can see everything. He just has clear contacts in. Why do you think he kept his shades on through the entire movie?
Man, put a Stevie Wonder? That's crazy.
Yo, like, Yes, and can see everything.
And in the track, he put his cars out, you know. But of course, the other guy, he played them when they were playing with the cars, and John slit his throat with a card. And I was like, man, this man. Which like that goes into the diversifying your kills. He slit his throat with the card, and he throws the card at the other guy, and I guess it killed him. I don't know. But then the big guy starts taking off running. I was like, man, this is a fat suit. Because at that point, you're like, nah, he too agile. I ain't saying you know, bigger men can't run, because I am a bigger man and I can run. I don't care what y'all think, what y'all say. But that man, he was.
We still haven't got the video of you running.
Exactly. We haven't got the Jason video. Like, it's so many videos we haven't got.
It's a zombie in there somewhere. And a dinosaur.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe this October, right?
Man, but he started taking off, man. Like this, I really enjoyed this fight scene because he was whooping. I told you, when it come to putting hands on somebody, John ain't got them. That boy put hands and feet literally on John's ass. He kicked him off that platform, and he was sitting on top of him just like just like
so,
go ahead, Jan.
So how did y'all feel about this scene? Because as you can see, the tracker and Kane were on John's side. So they were kind of working together, going against Killer's men. So when I saw this, I got kind of confused on my first watch. I'm just like, wait a minute, this is somebody you trying to kill. But I guess on my second watch, when I saw it, I was like, actually, they want to kill them on their own terms. And I guess not right then and there. I don't know.
Man, I don't know. Because when they did all this, Kane disappeared. When John took off after he fought the people in the room, like him and the tracker in the room.
Right before that scene. So that scene where they were fighting the people in the room, like it seemed like they was like working together. Like, did y'all get that?
I did, yeah. But I got a sense of that when they was fighting, but I don't know. I guess it would have been. They're big on respect within it, regardless of everything except John. John's the person that just
John don't care. Yeah,
he has no regard for whatever the high table at any point. But they I feel like it was just like a respect thing. So I don't think they were supposed to do anything crazy at the table until you see what disrespect happened. That's when John goes off, and I don't see you don't see Kane chasing people. So I don't think he was gonna follow John, considering he's blind. Like that just wouldn't have made sense.
I'm like, Kane chasing anybody.
I hear you. I know your footsteps.
I'm behind you.
Like that wouldn't have made sense for him to chase. So him doing that. But I like I said, this scene every time Kane got the fighting, I was interested. But then we can see a tracker can hold his own too, though. Tracker was throwing hands. He was utilizing that dog. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing who dog better, his or Halle Berry's, because they was hella trained too.
I was curious. Sorry to cut you off. If him and Halle Berry's character were related, because they had the same type of dog. Mm-hmm. So because when he said, "I don't know you," I thought he was going to mention her character, like, "Oh, that's my sister. I'm a tracker. She's whatever the fuck she is." It runs in the family, but it wasn't mentioned. So I was just like, "Oh, I guess he's just a random dude that's got a similar dog breed."
Exactly. But yeah, like I said, when they go out the room, and John is getting beat up by this guy. I like they started using axes. I really enjoyed them using the axes in the fight in the water. You just see, like, I'm assuming it's just like a normal party. People just like, this is what happens around. They never stop partying.
If you're on ecstasy and there's like water coming down, like, and everybody around you is feeling it, you ain't worrying about nobody getting no shootout. You're just like, fuck them. Y'all ready?
This high is amazing.
So recently, out and about. Jazz, I may have told you about it. I don't know. You see niggas running, niggas start running too. I don't know. That's
Jason.
Dreamville? Goodness. I can't hear Jazz no more.
I don't know.
Flashback.
Maybe,
I'm triggered.
maybe one of the black people in the room. I don't know.
Man, look, I was like, Stampede. I'm like, yo, we need to run. Yo, when Nails was like, what, the girl in front of us. Chris, okay, wait.
Was this Dreamville?
Yeah, it was Dreamville. All right.
Jazz immediately like went back like this was very recent. So that's funny.
All right, so quick pivot. We at the show. It was it was dark. Cole was about to come on. And it was a girl sitting in front of us on her towel and shit. We standing up. So we start seeing people from the front running towards us.
A crowd.
It was like
a horde.
I felt like Simba and Lion King, my nigga.
I'm here, Lion King.
I was like, y'all, we need to go. We start running. We ran for like maybe 20, 30 seconds. And Nails was like, yo, what about the girl? What about the girl?
She done. Sorry.
She never got up.
Yo, getting trampled in here in Cole and like when you get trampled is kind of wild. Like this, yeah.
Hopefully nothing happened. I think we went back to that space and she was fine. So we're not laughing at anybody getting hurt at festivals. But bruh, that shit was crazy.
Man, I'm just like, man, what did they do? But it was like you see the whole crowd just do, because it was just like the whole crowd just go. I'm like, oh,
everything started looking like it's in slow motion after a while.
I'm like, who snuck in here? Like, I'm like, who done snuck in here? Like, they going crazy over there. But,
I was trying to make sure I didn't step on nobody. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and look like.
I couldn't promise no guarantee.
Yeah, if that happened, I can't promise I'm not gonna step on you. Sorry.
I'm just at it. I'm trying to make sure my party's good. Look, everybody trying to grab each other, like, where they at? In the middle of the night, yeah, man. That was wild. But
the show was lit.
It was.
That's what's important.
That's the most important part. It was lit. But yeah, these people, they're not moving. These people, they fighting. But I guess they know guns aren't being shot. I'm assuming that's why they weren't moving in that manner, but they fighting. But dude, he's getting the best of John, and I guess John finally he did something where he got him and he flipped him over. But they both flipped. He just happened to die from the flip when they fell off the step and he broke his neck. And John punched his tooth out. Like,
yeah, he kept punching his tooth.
He had to take something to show that he killed him.
Proof of death.
Right. Dude's head was all fucked up. I was just like, dang.
What's that? It's a movie or show where somebody took the dude's head.
Sleepy Hollow definitely took the heads.
Yeah, but it's something else I'm thinking of.
Take the head for what?
Just like a trophy.
And Sleepy Hollow, he just took the head.
Alien, the Prey?
Predator definitely did.
Yeah, Prey was doing that too. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe Thrones actually. Because
Joffrey took Ned's head.
Okay, maybe it's Thrones.
Yeah. Ned lost his head. Oh.
You know how something that's like so obvious you don't say it just because you know it's corny. Jason just go say it anyway.
Hey man, you gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to risk your time. And then this is when what you guys said, Tracker kind of put his gun on John like he was gonna shoot him. And John was just moving, walking casually. He wasn't running. He was slow walking, and Kane was like, nah, not for you, buddy. That's my don't you dare. He's because because you had to give him your eyes. He was like, they took your eyes. He's like, no, I gave them to him. And I feel like everybody has to give them something. And I don't think it's to get out, but it's more so to be pardoned. I feel like to get to have have this pass, to be able to live a normal life for a brief moment, I guess, because it's never normal. At any time they can pull you back into it.
Do you think, because I know John gave up his finger and
he did,
Kane gave up his eyes, but I'm curious, is it different levels of things? because a finger versus some eyes, I'm sorry, that shouldn't even be on the same paper as options, because why would I like that seems like level 2 to level 10.
Yeah, like that
Like,
escalates super quickly. Like, no.
It does. So I guess I'm just curious about that. And also the fact that, like you said, Jason, they could just bring you back in, because Kane was minding his business in the park. And they're still watching him, because when he first was talking to Marquise, he was like, you got too close to her. It's like, wait a minute, I'm just out drinking coffee. Why you got people following me? But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, but if Kane picked his own eyes, like not even one, both.
Both, yeah, that's
man. Yeah, nah, it wasn't worth it. It definitely wasn't worth it.
What's the most essential body part you would sacrifice if you had to? Like the most essential one. So I'm not talking like a finger. I'm talking like an arm, like eye. If you had to, sorry, Jason looked mad scared. Like we just watched John Wick. It's okay.
I give a hand.
Okay.
I give my right hand. I learned how to use the left.
Like, so question. Just like so you would like cut him off at the wrist, or you like the elbow, or like the whole shit?
I want the wrist. Why I gotta do the whole arm?
I was just asking.
Where this come from? This ain't in the contract.
I guess I just was trying to make, like, if somebody was like, all right, what you giving up? You got to let them know, like, stop don't cut past here.
Because you don't want to walk around, I don't want to walk around with it. I gotta start pinning my t-shirts up and stuff like that. Like, I want my sleeve. I want to see you be able to utilize the sleeve.
You could though, because like the nub, that should be fine. You'll be all right.
That's what I said. I want to keep the, right here.
You can steal a hand from a mannequin in a department store and be walking around like Jamie Lannister.
Do the handshake prank.
Yo, that would be dope. Yeah. So I don't want to say my hand, because that's Jason. Probably my left foot at the ankle. Right, that's crazy, right?
You giving up feet?
Man, look, because I want both my hands. Like,
I need my feet. You want to be in a wheelchair?
No, I mean, if it's right by the like ankle, I can just get something to. Oh, I can just figure that shit out. Still a mannequin foot.
There's no like mannequins, boy. She get it.
It's got to be a black one, and plus, I don't see me having just one foot keeping me from like getting men. So they might just be like, "Oh, okay, little handicap."
You got the other one, though, right?
I got the other one, and it has a tat on it. So, oh yeah, especially if the legs look good. Hell yeah, yo, a foot ain't stopping niggas.
That sound like niggas. They be like, oh, ain't no problem.
That sound like niggas. They be legless, they ain't gonna have no problem. Yeah, as long, you know what I'm saying.
Just as long as you, yeah. Stop at the legs and we good. Anything else,
Stop at least the knee. Get to the knee. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, wait. Stop at the knees. So if she didn't have nothing below the knees, just.
Hey,
this took a turn, but hey, we got the answer, so it's cool.
What you give? What you giving up, Kris?
Probably my left hand. I would probably give him my left hand.
Yeah. See, I'd be willing to see left. Are you left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed. That's why I said my left.
This is not. You got to give the essential. Not. You know what I'm saying? Get my left hand. You don't even use your left hand.
I use it for something. Like I can wave
for
with it.
Something.
Yeah, you can.
We want you to relearn some shit. Give me your left. Give me your right.
That's when you lie and tell them you left-handed. Like, it's just
they gonna catch you. I think that's the nigga right. That's the nigga right. He right now already. Shoot that shit off. We get Junkie. This family could get the family Kris. He get tatted up. Tatted up. They were doing the most with it, and she had to get one too, right?
Yeah. Taking shots.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely took a shot after all that.
I need to take some before.
Before, during, and after.
Exactly.
But since he got his Kris, he's able to now challenge for the old duel. Which he didn't know, that he thought it was just a fable, just something that wasn't true, but it was something that was true. And they go over here and they have to pick the time, the location, and the type of weapons they're gonna use in this duel. John was like, now, hey, John wasn't wasting no time in this battle. What you gonna say, Jack? Like you think, like Kris got excited about something too. What you was gonna say, Jack?
I was just gonna say the exchange before they were at the table when Winston went to go talk and deliver the letter to Marquise, and he was just like, "You scared?" And when you listen to some of the stuff that Winston was telling him, he was actually hyping him up. Like, you should accept this duel because imagine you being the one to kill John Wick, the man who they've been trying to kill for years.
Yeah.
And so we already know he has an ego. We already know he's an asshole. And it's just like, Winston knows that too. Like he's feeding off of revenge. And he was real patient with it. He wasn't aggressive. He was just, catering to dude's ego. And when he was just like, okay. But I like that he put his own benefit in that whole thing when he was just like, he would get his hotel rebuilt. It would be I guess legit again and all of that, back to what it was before. But I like Winston's character in this exchange.
Yeah. I would just say, well, he did the right thing. I feel like he did the right thing because John, the reason he lost it all, so John can help him get it back. Like,
I don't think he was wrong at all.
Nah, John owed him that. Like, because he told him not to do. He told him not, like, bro, the dude, he was gonna try to sit up in there like this. So, let me see. Yeah, there we go. Within that scene, anytime, I ain't like Winston. Winston all right. He's an all right character. But anytime Marquise is talking, I was glued to the screen because he was gonna say something that was gonna be worth it. But then Winston kind of flipped his words on him. He was like, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? And then he kind of walked out. But I love that scene with the artwork on the wall, the way he walked in, and whatnot. I wish Lawrence had some more scenes in the movie, but
yeah,
you like pretty well.
My friend who I was watching this with said the same thing. Was just like, I need Lawrence Fishburne's character in this a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay, I can see that. It definitely would have been good for them to use him more.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, like in the previous movies, he wasn't used that often either. So he always had like probably the same amount. But I know in the last film, you had Halle Berry that was on screen as well. So you had a lot of big names that you had to throw in there.
Yeah, try to balance it out. Maybe he'll have a bigger role in Ballerina. I don't know how they do it, but maybe he'll come up there.
It'll be interesting. I wish he would have threw his name in the hat to a certain extent to get his stuff back because they took everything. Because he helped John as well. Like everything he had, it was taken. Everybody got killed because of John. So, John lost a lot of different people. Just being cool or being associated with John lost you everything. So everybody had to stay real close to him. But we see the people are not the people, but whoever the guy was who was pulling up, dropping off those different messages to the places, he was talking to Marquise, and he was just like, "Bro, you don't let your ambition get too big for you, because like you're doing like what the way you doing, the way you handling, the way you going about things, it's not worth it." And he was like, I know one not this scene, but the previous when he asked him about, the bloodshed in Osaka, it wasn't necessary. He was like, but the bloodshed was the reason. And it's just like, man, this dude is insane.
He got too much power. Like he got access to all the power of the high table. Like he's like, I'm not just trying to kill John Wick. I'm trying to kill the idea of John Wick. And it's just like for somebody to achieve something like that, he thought it was all in his grasp.
Yeah, the ego. Yeah. And it plays a part at the end. So
It
Yeah.
does, because
Jazz love that.
I like I said, but they like. I mean, like I know some people didn't like his character. They wanted him to do, but I'm like, I don't feel like he. I mean, just given the things I've seen him in, I didn't expect him to be in there throwing hands, shooting, like going crazy. But I like the way they did, like when he pulled up when he got the black guy. Because the black guy was trying to haggle him, trying to out hustle him. 25 and I can do. He said, but I know Jazz. I know Jazz loved that. He said, I'm going to 25 million and match my 401k.
Hey, man.
I was like, come on, man. Come on, black man.
Generational wealth. Let's go.
when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's husband material right there. He's focused.
But the guy who was speaking to the Marquis, he was like, he kept telling him, your failure would mess up the high table, which will be, again, that's another element or another thing that can spin off. We can see what does that affect if something happens like that within the high table. He was like a man's ambition should never exceed his worth. And then I know and I can't think of the other guy name, but that's another. I think probably my third favorite character was Marquise's number 2, the guy, the security guard. He was a
dog.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he kept fighting that dog. I would have shot that dog, bro. I would have shot that dog. But I like that too.
I get it. Yeah.
I like that. I like he said because I guess he was like, why didn't you choose me? You picked a blind man to go out there for you, and like I'm right here. And he was like, he got these 3 types of men: those who have something to live for, those who have something to die for, and those who have something to kill for. And Wick don't have any of that, but Kane got all 3 of those. So that's why he pretty much, Bet, do you guys have one of those? Have something that you're going to live for, to die for, and to kill for. All 3, not partial. All 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
He said good. Jason said you better. Look, why you sound like John Wick when he said good? Like
but this one, the Marquis, he put a hit out. He put this so it kind of increased. It went from only increased about 8 million, but it went from the
only 8 million.
I'm just saying,
like,
yeah, just a little.
I mean, for John Wick, like, I don't know, man. He should have just paid the black man what he told him, and that would have been done with it. He wouldn't have had nothing else. He wanted to try to, and then he was hustling him. He said, "Okay, cool, I got you. You deal." And said, "Fuck that. No, I'm gonna bring him to me. Then we can talk." I'm like, bro, what? That ain't what we talked about.
He was like, I paid you to, what did he say? I paid you to serve or something like that. I was just like, bro,
like, yeah, nah.
Technically correct, but you're a jerk. Like, you know what I meant, nigga. Don't do that.
How much would y'all charge for somebody to pay you to go try to kill John Wick?
100 mil is the starting point. Like, I want way more, but nah, we touching
50 mil is the start for me. Like, that would have been it depends on who I am, like what the type of person I am. Like, I'm Tracker Kane, I'm one of them. Yeah, 50 million. You need to start me out 50. I'm good at what I do, but I need 50 for this man. If I'm somebody lower level, yeah, I'm with Kris. I need 100 million. Because I ain't know what I'm gonna do. John has a confirmed before this movie began that we seen in these movies right at like 300 kills. Like, nah, what we talking about? We need 100 million in this conversation. I have to be somebody of high quality to be like 50 million. But anything below that, we ain't even talking about. Look at that man's weight.
But even if he was high quality, should you demand more at that point? Because if I'm like Kane or somebody, I'm gonna be like, yo, start me at 100K. I mean 100 mil, because I can do it.
So in a situation like that, I mean, you may be right. I agree. But for somebody that's at the table, they can lean up against you. The Tracker they can't lean up against because he's not really a part of the high table. He's just somebody that wants to, I guess, get into it. Probably, I'm assuming, because he got tricked into it eventually, but now he's not really at the table.
Okay,
What you're saying.
that makes sense.
But I like that. I like how they called out the hit on the radio too. That was super dope. How they did that. Like,
I'm like, who was updating sis? Cause
she had the app. She had the app.
Here go Jason. She had women's intuition.
It's like
She just
Professor
at
X,
work.
like she know what's going
Wait,
on.
like, that nigga not there yet. That nigga not there yet.
He just put up.
Hey, they said that about. Well, they said this about one of the American terrorists before. They were like, man, all you gotta do is go get about 10 black women, send them across the seas. They'll find him.
Wow. Jess ain't no comment.
I got nothing for you.
Yeah, she said no comment.
But what did y'all think about this scene in the street of like
The roundabout.
cars coming up? I fucking hate roundabouts, but
Yeah,
this one is
they're
dope. I wouldn't want to drive in it. I wouldn't want to drive in it like at all. Nah.
Man.
But I thought this scene was cool because it was a night scene.
Mhm.
And so you basically are depending on the lights from the cars. And so you got John over here fighting people, getting hit by cars. Can you imagine? Yeah, like, can you imagine just getting off work after a shitty day? You in that terrible roundabout. And then you just see a fucking John Wick fight. And you just like, damn it, why today, John? Why today?
You rethinking every decision you made throughout the day.
Yo, your whole day is terrible. Now you're just sitting there like, please don't hit my car. Please don't throw his body up against my windshield. Because I replaced it last week because of you, John.
Have they made a movie or a TV show about somebody like
we need that?
living in the it could be Marvel world. It could be a hero world, just a regular person living in like you just leave out of work, you like, man, day started. Like, damn, threw somebody through my car.
Oh, look, it's Ultron. That's so annoying, bro.
You better go to work. You like, man, I'm heading in, whole building just Are you serious? Like,
and it was payday.
Exactly.
Hey, you ain't get paid.
HR got messed up. Your favorite pizza spot crushed. Like
what kind of insurance do you put on the person? What kind of insurance do you have?
There has to be a superhero damage thing, but you know your deductible is stupid high. Like, can you imagine walking down the block and then Doctor Strange just orb in and just push you in the shoulder and you're just like, damn, nigga. And you just like, you can't say nothing. It's just like, so you couldn't 2 inches to the left, Doctor Strange. You don't know where your portals come in at?
No, he's too busy running to pay attention to the portals.
This is true. But I was gonna say, like, I would definitely watch an animated movie like that from like a citizen's point of view, living somewhere where there's superheroes, but you can't have a center character because everybody has to die. Because who
realistically,
yeah. But it's a cartoon, so it's just like,
well, technically, that's what The Boys is about.
But we see too much superhero stuff. Like, I want to see average animated people going to work and they just like, man, I don't want, today my off day. And it's just like, oh, your job is destroyed. Now you're unemployed. And just to see it from their point of view.
That's how it happened. This man was just outside kissing his girlfriend and somebody ran through her.
That was insane the way to open the show.
it was a wild way to open the show. But you see, their goal is to try to kill the mutants.
Yeah.
Instead of somebody actually trying to live a life of there's superheroes running around and your life is in danger.
But if that happened to you, what would you do, Jazz? Like, what if you went and like, what if they told you that your insurance lapsed and you didn't have it?
Bruh.
Flip this whole table over. What you mean?
I'd be like, wait. Or they tell me that I was dropped from my superhero insurance because I had too many items on that I filed as damage. And I'd be like, you gotta blame Superman and his bitch ass. Like I mean, that could be funny.
It could be a good show.
They done destroyed your house, your car gone. Now you go to the insurance place. yes, sorry, but every it like wait, whoa, no. Like you see, like it's not even a game. Like this is what nah, we gotta kill some man.
But Jason, actually, instead of actually having a house, if you live somewhere where there's superheroes, the best thing to invest in is a trailer, because the possibility of it getting destroyed and replaced is probably a lot quicker than like building a new house, which means the main company in that city makes trailer homes.
I'm moving to Arkansas because Spider-Man not coming here, Superman not coming here.
But you live there.
I know. I'm just saying.
Moving. You mean going down the street?
In this story, I'm glad I live here because you ain't gonna see no Spider-Man swinging from no buildings out here. Ain't enough.
But that just means the crime in that area is very high.
I lived in it. I've lived it 33 years. It'll be okay.
That would be a good show idea, though. I like
right now during superheroes. That could be dope. If anybody takes this idea and we see this shit in 2 years,
yeah,
I'm gonna be like, I hope y'all motherfuckers liked and subscribe to the pod.
That's the least you could do.
Yeah, give me some kind. Give us some type of credit, cliff notes, something. Oh, I seen this idea on the podcast one day. Yeah, no, that'll be it. Cause I don't know. I'm only thinking. I'm link up with Batman. I'm just sneaking to his house. Sneaking to Batman house. I'm gonna get one of these green bullets and I'm gonna put it in Superman's head. Cause like, bro, what is you doing? And why do you got to be so destructive every time you fight?
How are you even able to sneak into your favorite superhero's house?
They do it all the time. They do it every movie. Every movie.
Who sneaks into the Batcave?
That's a red flag.
In the back.
That's a red flag.
What makes it a red flag, Jazz?
Jason, if you are a superhero, why niggas always breaking in your shit? Yo, you are terrible.
That's just some better security, my G. Like, what you doing?
Nigga, get some brakes and some shit. Like,
he only got Alfred here. They beat Alfred ass every movie.
Alfred gotta retire.
Alfred gonna get tired.
He on his last leg. I don't know why he ain't retired already.
Because Batman don't know how to sit down. That's why he retired.
Oh man, that's why he got Robin to look over him, make sure somebody in the house until he started taking them outside too. Hell. But yeah, man, these people out here fighting these cars. John then got hit by a car. Everybody was getting hit by cars, getting thrown into cars. But again, that just goes into the element of just using different things, or again, what we said, diversifying your kills in these within the movie. But then we get to the steps. Well, before we get to the steps, move this. He make it, go to this. They go to this little. You see everybody getting ready to come in, and another of my favorites. And you see the guy. They shooting these like fire guns up in the building. Like I'm like, I wonder how this gonna be used at some point, because somebody gonna get hit with one of these bullets. And they kind of made me think about Grand Theft Auto. I wonder if they take ideas and stuff like that, because like they have those type of rounds and bullets in there. And John he makes it into this building because he's trying to make it to the table to go ahead and get this duel going. And the guys with the fire guns in there, he take them. And he started going crazy. And this is one of my favorite scenes, like that overhead shot scene as they going in between the different rooms. What did y'all think about them in this scene here?
It was another scene that was about 15 minutes long, and then when John got knocked down the fucking steps. My friend who I was with was just like, bruh, he got to go back up them fucking steps. Like, because he just, I'm like, damn, John. But he gets back up really quickly.
That's what I was going to say.
Like, do y'all think y'all could be able?
The suit got to have bumpers in it or something like
shoulder pads? Bumpers? Like,
it's bulletproof. It got to have something there where he could just keep getting knocked. He get hit by a car. He just got back up and started running again. Yeah. He got through all the way down the steps. He going crazy.
He's still going. You think he got some water in there, like a little water?
That's like, what does he eat for breakfast? He be going.
Never saw this man eat before.
Never seen him eat. Like, this man be
going. Has he? In the first one. Hold on.
He ate 3 movies.
yo,
that might be cool. Yeah.
I'm just like, when did he eat? But I thought this scene was dope because you see the different angles like that y'all mentioned of him going up the steps and then finally getting up there. Like, this is another scene that was recorded, or excuse me, shot at night, and you're using a lot of the light that was like around, like the street lights.
Yeah.
I think maybe some car lights were used as well. And so it didn't seem too dark. And then I'm just like, I know John's tired. And then when he went all the way back down the steps, and I'm just like, all right, if y'all give me another 15-minute fight, bruh, like, I get it. Like, but I thought it was cool when Kane came and he was just like, John, looking around, nigga, we know you can see. Like, and he was just like, I need you up those steps. And so when I saw this scene, it was just like, it reminded me of when they were at the card table, when Kane he was helping him. So I was just like, all right, obviously they're still cool. Kane don't want to do this, but they also had a conversation at the church earlier in the same day. So it wasn't too much because John ain't really said too much at all. It was actually Kane probably talking to John saying, yes, I hear, or some shit. But he was like, we got to get up these steps to duel each other.
Right. Like I went through all this and I still got to go through something else. It's just...
Well, I guess at this point he couldn't really kill John because they had the duel already set up. Because I'm just like, you could have killed John and got the whatever the bounty was and just been done.
Yeah, but like Jason said, they operate on honor, so he couldn't just do that.
Loyalty.
Yeah, right. For me, yeah. Easy pickings.
Yeah, I like that. He when Kane was sitting, I think he was writing something. He grabbed that pencil, last minute. And he put it in his pocket and he used it on the guy where he told him he couldn't. Is that the guy you told him? He said he couldn't. He said, I can't shoot you, but I can't hit you though. And he kept hitting the number 2, Marquis' number 2 guy. Because he the one that threw John down the steps. So when he made it back up the steps, he was still up there. And then Kane stabbed him in the hand with the pencil. I think and also it was when they were in that building, and there was when John was doing the shooting, not the Marquis, but the tracker. The tracker finally decided to go ahead and kill John because he got them to move the number to 40 million. But I guess John shot the man who was going to kill the dog, and he was like, "Damn, I can't even do it now. I gotta help this man. I gotta stick by him." And so it was all kind of come back to the beginning with the whole thing with the dog or John's love for dogs, I guess.
Dogs are dope.
40 million, Jazz. See, that's a lot of money. And it was funny because the way the dog was looking at him, he had that little, literally puppy eyes. The way he was looking, I was just kind of like, yeah. But
I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have taken the shot. I'm just saying dogs are dope. 40 mil.
That's a lot of
John. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, you straight. Oh, you straight. Yeah, you straight shot.
Jesse, no, my aim is on point. Like we ain't messing with this.
I'm gonna hold my breath and go ahead and take that shot, and hope I don't miss. Because if so, he's going to kill me.
Oh yeah, with the guy from The Wire. You aim at the king, you don't miss.
Omar.
Yeah, man. They walking up, but they was walking up them steps. My theater, man, they went crazy when he got through back down the steps. They was like, oh shit. Man. But yeah, I like, but him going up the steps. But I miss my favorite scene though. My favorite scene of the movie, which is nice to be well beyond that, was when he used the nunchucks. Him using nunchucks, he was doing that because it was like he was trying not to kill them. But again, I feel like in this movie they did a lot. They tried to up his hand game the entire time, like him being able to throw, fight, and whatnot. They increased it because he can do the little grabs and whatnot and get you away from him. But it's the whole thing when they get to just duking, they just stand there trying to fight. Yeah, now they getting John. John is.
You could take John in a fight 1-on-1, just hands.
Me?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to say yes because
Hell yeah. Dust John weak ass.
Jazz ain't even laughing. She like,
yo, what my shirt say? What my shirt say?
Nah.
That's crazy. Man, you think, man.
Jason, you think you could take Aaron Darnold?
I mean,
oh yeah, he did say that crazy. Yeah, nah, you out.
All right, so this is like Aaron Donald, John Wick, them a little bit, them situations a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? You know, Aaron Donald, I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of nervous about that myself. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm not gonna back down. I'm not gonna back down. I'll be out there with my shirt off too, ready. You know what I'm saying? Like we finna do this. But John Wick, I ain't no hesitation. I'm beating the brakes off John Wick. Oh God, I'm dogging John Wick. Do. Yeah, I'm straight dogging John Wick.
You see John Wick face behind Jason? It's like, really? You don't even believe it.
He doesn't believe anything he just said.
I do. I put everything else. I dog John Wick. It wouldn't even be a contest no more. They'd be like, man, good God, like what is wrong with you? So
we saying that now.
Man, look. Yo. So let me ask y'all a question.
He see John. He be like, nice to meet you, Mr. Wick.
Or would you rather me call you John?
Yeah, what would you prefer, sir?
What I was gonna say is I don't know how much y'all know, but I think y'all can possibly answer. Who y'all taking, John Wick or Punisher? Oh, shit.
All right, so
I gotta stop touching.
I'm going to say John Wick. Who you got, Jason?
Man, it truly depends on the situation.
Why does it always depend on the situation when it's your question?
The reason I'm asking is because John is better with guns. He has better aim than the Punisher. Punisher sucks when it comes to like shooting at people, but like when it comes to a fight, like when it comes to a hand-to-hand fight, Punisher getting John out of here.
I'm going John Wick because he got a bulletproof suit, so he ain't got to fight him.
I mean, that's again if he can kill him in between when they come together. Yeah, but I mean, if it's a movie, they gonna come together. Bro, I got Punisher. They gonna come together. They gonna throw hands. I got Punisher.
So you're not giving them prep time like you would Bruce?
What am I prepping anything for? These are if Batman was in here, he fucking both of them up. Ain't even no contest.
So you saying you don't give Bruce prep time?
No, not every time. No.
So John Wick pull up on Bruce with no prep time. It might be raps for you, boy.
You crazy?
Okay.
Batman.
You just said people be breaking in the back cave.
But Bruce got hands. It's a completely different situation. If he just pull up on Bruce Wayne, he just at the house. He just started shooting. Yeah, he might get him. But if he in his suit, he's gonna be. Is he in a suit? They in suits. Like he just pull up at like we know we at war, but he just pulled up on him. You know what I mean? He just pulled up.
No prep time.
He got guns and everything. He got guns on him.
Bruce chilling watching a movie. Bruce chilling watching a movie.
But John always keep a gun on him. So John don't need prep when you always got a gun.
He don't know he got a gun though. Remember, because that's why he was taking people guns and he was asking for one.
He's always in a suit.
He always in a suit. Somewhat.
When he's not in his bed in the pajamas, John is normally always in his suit. So John is in his suit and Bruce is in a regular suit, not his bat suit, a regular suit. He just left.
He out of there because he Batman. He out of there in that situation. If John got guns, it's over. It's wraps.
No, John ain't got no guns because, like you said,
John. It's over. Oh yeah, Bruce got that. Bruce getting him out of here. If John ain't come with them things on him, he ain't come with them sticks. It's over with for the Wick. It's over with. If John ain't come with the sticks,
Wick.
It's over with for the Wick. You hear me?
Ooh.
He gonna get lit.
That's going on the album. That's lit. We can't see that.
Right
Can't see that. Stop.
There we go.
He did the Wheezy lighter flip.
But yeah, no. But we get, we make it to the top of the steps. We finally make it to the top of the steps. We have our duel. Who is this? The Marquise, he nominates Kane to take his space in this fight, which I think he did the right thing in that situation. Because, hey, why am I doing it? Because I know he's gonna kill me if I get over here. So he's been trying to kill me the entire movie. I know he feels like he's gonna kill me when I get into it. Y'all watch cowboy movies and cowboy TV shows, stuff like that?
I've seen it. I've seen it, like duels and stuff.
What, Jazz? You have? No?
I'm like, why are you asking? Do we watch cowboy movies? But you talking about the standoff?
Yeah, the duel they have. Yeah, I remember.
How did they fall? Right?
How did they fall? That's one. When they did the little, well, he was cheating, and but they have to have some honor around themselves. So, they probably would have got killed as soon as they did something they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
This is where it's kind of like a situation of like, you got a blind guy over here trying to shoot at somebody, So I feel like John wasn't trying to kill him, and I don't know if Kane was trying to kill him or not. What y'all think?
No.
Yeah, because I feel like he could have. He could have if he really wanted to. Because we've seen him fight. We see how even when they was fighting on the stairs, the way he was slicing the dudes, and it was just precise. So if he wanted to, he could have.
But it's a little different with a gun though, because he can't. Because I remember in the beginning of the movie, like when he used the gun, it was more so to draw you out, not to kill you with. Because like when he was doing it, he had went into the room and he was just like shooting in the air, and then after he was done, because he does it to make people think if it reload, then they pop out. Yeah. Then he pops out too at the same exact time. So I was like, I didn't know if he was trying to. Because there were scenes where he put the gun to people's head, but he was just going to hit them. When he did, he was just trying to identify where it was. Then he could do what he needed to do.
Yeah, I think they had a discussion in the church because because John didn't shoot. So which made me feel like they had a conversation prior, because I think they expected Marquise to try to take that bullet on John to where he can get the glory, get the fame of killing John Wick.
Yeah.
And that's when Winston was like, "You arrogant bastard." He didn't shoot. 2 different languages or accents.
We get it. We see.
And neither of them was in this movie. But so, and then when he looked, John just got him one in the head. Like,
yeah,
satisfying.
Man, the tracker, like he was about to cry when he saw John Wick fall.
Did.
He was out of it. I was like, man, you don't get your motherfucking name.
Stand up. I thought it was funny after he got shot though. He sort of had that laugh. That laugh. He was just like, this guy right here. It's just
yeah, that was hard when he actually shot him. And he, like, before he even did it, he was like, yeah, now you free. Like he told Kane, you and your daughter, y'all free, y'all good, y'all, out the life. So they were able to buy themselves out of the high table. But it's John Wick dead.
Yeah.
You think so?
You think so?
I think so.
I love how when he was going down the steps, the first thing he did was take off his belt. He's just like, I'm tired.
He's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I'm done with the game. That's what I'm saying. That's how him and Batman. That's how Batman would have had him laid out on the step.
So,
right.
All right. Hold on, that shit you just said. But I would have been upset. I'd have been like, John, if you knew you wanted to die here anyway, I could have just put a bullet in your head and got that reward money.
Okay.
Is that fucked up?
Is
no,
it?
I'm agreeing. Like
40 mil?
Like, bro, I could have at least got my money. That's why I don't think he did.
Are they supposed to come out with another movie?
I feel like this is one of those.
They left it where they can leave it, but I mean, they left it where they can continue it as well.
because it made a whole lot of money. So
if they do come back with another one, please give that man more than 4 pages of script. That's all I ask.
I don't know, because when you start expanding them,
but no, you had more dialogue in the first 3. This didn't.
It had to be though. This is the culmination of everything that happened in the first 3. This nigga ain't talking no more. He at the cusp of getting out of the game.
No.
Just said nah.
Give us more dialogue, because that whole I understand friendship. Like, nigga, am I talking to a robot? I was just like,
for the most part, yeah. And the way he moving, I liked it. I like that because at that point, man, you've been for a whole week. You done killed 500 people. Nah, nah. Yeah, I'm tired now. I'm at the end.
Yeah,
dude playing. I wanted to kill him now. He talking about wait, tomorrow, because he want to give himself some more time to put me in some more predicaments to have me killed before he can get to me.
Every time somebody asks him a question, John, you ready? Yeah. Like, no, man. Like, how you feeling today, John? All right. Like, oh shit.
Is that it? Like it?
And I like Keanu, but I feel like his like some of that stuff he be doing, it comes off cringy as he starts talking. Like he almost feel like Steven Seagal when he starts talking. Like everything else is good. It's just when he starts talking, like, because his voice doesn't match.
It's the delivery.
His delivery doesn't match the character that he's playing. Like it needs to be like it's something like the way Kane was. It felt like Kane. Like that whole thing just felt like a natural thing for him. Like when he was doing, he was able to be silly. John Wick ain't been a silly person. Like he may say, like some may come off as being silly, but he doesn't have that silly demeanor about himself at all.
His joke's trash.
He said, none of his joke was hit.
Yeah. Don't tell him I said it, but them shit's ass.
I mean, shit, he do this shit for real. I used to look up the training videos. I never had even seen the movie, but I used to look at his training videos. He put Halle Berry in the same ones. Like he made her go do the same thing that he does before she got into it. And like the work he put in, the choreography they put in for these men, it was ridiculous. But now reason I didn't think he's dead is because when Winston and Lauren Fishburne character was talking, he was like, "Do you think he went to heaven or he went to hell?" He's like, "I truly don't know." And then they kind of walk off, and that's why I was like, they kind of left it open, like it's a possibility he could still. He just because the main thing in him, he just wanted to get out of it, like to get away from it, and they gonna go up under a different name, typically under a different name, because he wasn't going because John Wick wasn't his real name no way. So they always switched. Like switch the names or whatnot. But that scene that you got on your screen, on your background, yeah, that's when he kind of. No, it was after that because they was on the boat. He said, he told him he was a loving husband on his head because he already had that picked up. But
I mean, I guess if that's the case, why would you want to fake your death? You already out, and why would you want to go back into that life under a different name when your name already carries so much weight? That's why I don't think it would make sense for it to be another movie based on him. Because then just to bring him out of retirement again, it's just like, all right, we saw this. That's why I think they're trying to push the whole prequel or spinoff to where it's just like, okay, we don't need another John Wick movie, but we can introduce another character and he can like feature in it, if that makes sense. To where it's not just all him. To where he's like supporting. Yeah,
like have a cameo or something.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm fine with him being I'm fine with him being dead or whatnot. Like I don't know if it would be a John Wick 5. Some people like I don't do you want a prequel of John Wick? Like, I mean, to see him in action, is that something you want to see? Like him actually a hitman?
Nah. Him like, following instructions after seeing 4 movies of him doing the complete opposite.
exactly. We won't want to see. So ballerina, like I said, if he's going to make an appearance in that, I can see it happening. Like, because it, like I said, that it's supposed to. But like I said, they're already talking about part 2. So this movie have done so well. They're already able to have another entity going on with her. So hopefully that goes. Because I thought, I was honestly curious if they were even going to do ballerina anymore, because I hadn't heard anything. But when they said ballerina 2 is in the works, I'm like, oh shit, I guess this is coming. But when, we don't have it. The high table, something about the high table kind of movie.
I mean, we ain't even got the first one. Like, how you dropping a part 2? They on some Megan 3.
Megan,
Megan
M3
type
Megan.
shit. Like, wait a minute, y'all. Like, what is happening? We ain't even seen what you got with her first. But
I wonder how that works. I guess they shop it around to the studio and they have test screenings or something.
I think that definitely with the test screenings and they see the reactions from people.
Yeah.
And then you find out a year after the movie done dropped, oh, the test screening did this for viewers.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, I mean, I'm not mad at that. You definitely want to get to see what kind of reactions you would get from audiences. And if it's got a good story and a good script, shit, give it as many movies as it needs.
Yeah, and we already talked about the end credit scene. Yogi, Koji's daughter, she pulls up on Kane as he's going to go visit his daughter. So, but that's how it ends. She, I bet she was walking up to him, right? Like she was walking.
She had her hood on. She was walking up and she pulled out the knife. He definitely gonna block that stab though.
I was like,
he heard it.
Yeah.
I was like, what kind of knife is that? Like, I would have
shot him.
I would have shot him too.
Maybe she didn't want to draw attention, I guess, to everybody else.
It's the whole thing in honor and how they take care of it. It wasn't a behind the back type situation, so that's why they handle it in that manner. But yeah,
listen, honor at I guess that's the tradition. Honor at a certain point, like come on.
Having honor and then going off revenge is kind of wild, because it's like, I'm angry doing this because I want revenge, but I'm still being honorable.
I mean, technically, that's how most of it happens. It's not. I mean, you never see the person pull up, well, I gotta kill you, because it's always about. It's typically revenge in most situations. Like, you did something to mess something up. You messed up a business they had, or you killed their family. So I gotta come back, and instead of just killing you from you not knowing, I gotta do it straight up. I'm letting you know, hey, I'm here.
Is it honorable to kill the people around them?
No. Who did that?
Every movie we've seen.
Now, Jazz, now look, Jazz. Everybody that John Wick killed they weren't honorable people. The people that he was killing, from the person that stole the car to his daddy to the guy who pulled his marker to kill the person. None of these people, them people were honorable at all. They were just absurd. They were doing some insane shit, which caused him, John, to have to be even more insane. Which, like, he started saying F the fruit books, but yeah,
I mean, he had to join their energy. He had to match it so he could.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
The honor and revenge thing make me think of Kill Bill with Oren at the end. They sort of did like the bow and everything. Then they was like, "Nah, we getting it out of here."
Yeah, they need to bring that back. Let the little girl come up and kill her. No, you don't think so?
No.
This one your favorite movies, though, right?
That's top 5. I'm good. We can leave it alone. It's okay. It's fine.
Well, I can't truly even ask you. I'm gonna ask you John Wick or Kill Bill.
I'm gonna say Kill Bill. I haven't seen the first 3, but yeah.
Once you watch them, then we can revisit.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say without you having the full scope.
And
that's in your top 5 already. Is it's kind of hard to come knocking in unless you like, man, this shit here though. Like, yeah. But that's the conclusion. John Wick 4, Baby Yaga. What did y'all think? What was it good though? How y'all feeling?
I definitely enjoyed it. I only had one issue, or actually probably 2. I might get killed for this, but of course the low level of dialogue from John.
You didn't have to say nothing. That would have been cool with that too. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
All right. Watching a movie of him grunting for 2.5 hours. All right, have fun with that. But and also, I think outside of the fight scenes and the different sets that they shot on, I wasn't too big of a fan of the story. Like I just wasn't too much of a fan of the story they were telling in this one. But I loved all the fight scenes and everything like that. But like the story itself, I was like,
stretching it a little bit.
The first 3 I think were stronger.
Oh, okay.
So, but I liked it. It was good though.
Look at Jason thinking.
Jason's thinking.
Yeah.
He is. But
no, I liked it a lot. It was the shots and the cinematography, everything was amazing. John Wick was taking some hits. That was, I wouldn't say that's a complaint. It's because it's one of them turn your brain off movies. Just enjoy it. So I ain't tripping off effort like that, but I liked it a lot. I'm definitely
you got to when you got a bulletproof suit on. You got to be like, let me blank that. Let me blank that out of my head completely.
Yeah, bulletproof suit with bumpers in it.
But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Like I said, I have a thing with one person being able to kill everybody by themselves, no help or barely any help. Maneuvering, what jazz?
Ain't that kind of like what Halloween be doing? Michael be killing everybody and don't be dying.
He don't be, but it don't be a situation where he in a room full of people.
Jason say it's different.
Am I wrong? He's not in the room. Just go. He not
Halloween
in the room
Kills. He was in the street getting his ass beat and killed everybody. What are you saying, yo?
You're right.
Jason, like I seen that. I remember.
Hey man, but look. That's different. That's different.
That's funny.
They put that man on the ground and he got up and killed the whole town. Boy, God, dog, he went crazy that night.
And still got away.
He ain't recovered though. He never recovered from that night. No, he never recovered. That was straight adrenaline that got him through them guys. He never recovered after that. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm completely on the opposite. I really enjoyed the story. In this, I don't think I like the story in 3 as much as this one. But I like a lot of different. They use a lot of different like kills and things like that. So, but like I said, just being able to make a story and that everybody has their own story. Hell, they could even follow the tracker. That could be a new movie as well, like where he goes. So I mean, they definitely spent it where they can have a lot of different things, and they didn't write themselves into a hole.
Yeah, that's good.
It's easily to not write themselves out, but to make another story or a compelling story for these different people. So, but yeah, like I said, for them to make a story, they brought it back again to the beginning. Somebody we never knew, and made you enjoy this character, which is Kane for me. Make you enjoy this character, somebody that's opposing the one we've been interested in. It was just like, damn, how do we we want John to win, but it's like shit, I kind of want Kane to win at the same time. Like it's like he was enjoyable for me. I would have been cool with him winning.
Yeah.
In the end.
Nigga, you not loyal. That's crazy. That's crazy.
He's supposed to be on John Wick side.
You don't know this man. You just met him this movie. And this nigga talk about, I mean, maybe Kane could have won. Like, yo, you trash, nigga. That's crazy.
I got IP Man on my Netflix queued up, ready. I'm ready to go watch all 4 of them. Yaga. Man. But yeah, that's it. We talked about Ledges. We talked about if we liked it. Who you guys is Link of Thrones? I know Jazz here trying to shoot out there real quick, so I'm gonna go first.
This guy.
Hold on, did I lose it? I did. No. My Link of Thrones.
You would go first and then lose.
I did. Is going to be Scott Adkins. I feel like we've used Doctor Strange before, so I Have we used Doctor Strange before? I feel like we have, so I'm not going.
Like we have.
Shit. He's in IP Man 4.
Oh, okay. So that's on your queue.
That's on my queue. That's on my queue. He was the fat suit. It was a fat suit, but he's definitely not that. He was in Day Shift with Jamie Foxx. He was also in Doctor Strange. He was one of the henchmen that was trying to fight Doctor Strange.
Huh.
Oh,
okay.
He was in X-Men Wolverine too.
He got hands for real. He got some hands for real. I mean, clearly we can see it in the movie, but he got hands for real. I wouldn't fight him. I'll fight John Wick though.
Okay, the logic is very interesting.
Hey, he beat John Wick ass.
Aaron Donald, no problem. Scott Adkins, yeah, I don't know.
Wait. I said I'd be scared to fight John. I said I'd be scared. I would do it, but I would be scared. I just wouldn't fight this dude at all. He different. He different. Look at his catalog, Kris. He probably up there with Donnie Yen, bro. I'm not fighting Donnie Yen either. Like I wouldn't even look at him crazy.
Okay. Kris, do you have your Link of Thrones?
Yeah. So mine. So I was trying to choose between two, but I'm gonna do this because I recently watched this movie. My Link of Thrones is gonna be Shamir Anderson. He was the tracker, and he was in this movie Bruiser. Jazz Trevante Rhodes is in this movie. Yeah, the movie's not bad. The ending was kind of, I see where they were going with, but it was just kind of it was like an indie film ending. It wasn't really like a, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was a good movie. I would definitely recommend watching it. It's on Hulu.
Yeah, for some reason the locks really
you get it if you watch the movie, but I see what you're saying.
I'm like, I need a reason for y'all to have put that on his head because it just looks terrible. But I was
Tyler Perry.
Yeah, it's bad. Since Jason thought he knew what my Link of Thrones was earlier.
I bet I do. Hold on, Kris. I'm gonna text Kris. Watch this.
Really? You doing all this to try to watch you be wrong?
Watch this.
He did this before.
Oh, yeah, he did do it before.
Come on, let's go.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I am picking Clancy Brown. He was in Pet Sematary 2. Is that who you picked?
Not at all. Not even close. He went with the obvious one. He's from Game of Thrones.
Jazz, say them on your pick at a point, at any point. That was never your pick. It was never your pick. Be honest.
Jason, what are you doing right now? like, what are you doing? What did I say my Link of Thrones was, my brother? Like, what?
You got it.
But yes. So, was there any agree to disagrees for this film?
Now I'm waiting for to watch him and see what he said about Kill Bill versus John Wick. So
yeah, the only one I got is I definitely think Punisher would kill would have killed him. That's my agree to disagree. The Punisher would definitely kill John Wick.
But you also say you would kill John Wick, and you also say Bruce Wayne would kill John Wick
with no prep time.
With no prep time. Oh God, he would.
Okay.
But I'm serious. Like I said, I'm serious though, right? Like I don't know how much y'all know about the Punisher, but like as far as when it comes, like he doesn't have a superpower, but like for some reason he hurts, he gets stronger, for whatever reason.
Is it
rage? But like so him, huh?
Is it rage?
It might. I mean, it's a possibility, but like when him, because like Jazz, you remember in the first movie when John Wick, he allowed the dude to stab him just so he can kill him. Like that's some shit that Punisher would do. Like that's some Punisher type thing. Like when it comes to like a hand-to-hand combat, Punisher. I don't. It's like I don't know if it's like he's not a horrible shot. He can shoot, but John Wick is a better shot than him. So like if John Wick was to kill him, if they was out in the field and they were shooting at each other, I feel like John Wick would get the best of him in that situation. But if they was just out there like they had to stop that and they had to throw hands. John Wick out of there. He's not beating him. Which, like I said, that was one of my biggest. That's my biggest gripe for the first time. Like, man, dude ain't got no hands. Everybody he fight beating his ass, and they be going crazy on John. And he end up getting the best of him in that situation just based on using the elements. But like the Punisher, he gonna use all those same exact thoughts as him, but he actually can fight, and he getting it in.
Interesting. I still gotta watch the show, the Netflix show. I never watched.
So this the show. You can watch the movie, any of it. It's always depicted the same exact way. Which I heard this is a comic book. I'm gonna have to get that to look it up. This is based on the comic book.
But John Wick?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that. He was like, yeah, because he said it's a five book story. So I don't know what the fifth book is. I didn't ask him because I didn't want him to ruin it for me. But yeah.
That'd be so trash. You ask him, you be curious, and they spoil the rest of the thing. Yeah, that'd suck.
You better put an alert out there, like, hey, before you answer anything, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Winston killed his wife. That'd be crazy.
R.I.P. to her.
Winston had his wife killed. Had John Wick's wife killed. She wasn't an illness.
Oh, that'd be the twist.
You just made that shit up.
I did. I was just look at your face though.
That'd be fucked up though.
You was right. You was like, oh.
I'm sitting here like, yo, I need this I need this comic book.
Like Amazon.
I need to know more. Like, did this happen?
That's typically how it happened though. Like, what's it? That show? Well, I ain't gonna say Kris. He was gonna watch it, so I ain't gonna mention it. But it's always the friend, even if it's indirectly that may do something.
You talking about John Wick? That's a spoiler.
No, not talking about John Wick. I'm talking about completely different show. And this man's wife got killed, but the best friend, he's the reason that she got killed.
Has Jay seen the show?
Yep.
Oh, Your Honor? Oh, okay.
I'm like, what is he talking about? I was trying to get the rest of the description. I was just like,
I was trying to say, I'm like, you may, because I know Kris may watch.
That's a spoiler. Yeah. I was trying to sit here like, I don't watch a lot of stuff recently, so I'm just like, who is this?
My list is, I'm losing. I'm like, I need to just break from the TV. Let me not, but shit, Snowfall drop. Yeah. Babe is out now. Yeah.
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets is. I'm behind. Fat Bel Air still going, and they getting to it. And they getting to it on Bel Air right now. Ghost is out. Nah, you know what I'm saying?
They was doing that. They was doing that last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't gonna change. That's the cycle of life. But yeah, man, that is John Wick Chapter 4. Did you guys have anything else?
No.
Just go back and watch the first 3 and see how it stacks up. What does it stack up for y'all? Y'all seen all 3, right? I mean all 4, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where does it rank?
Ooh.
Without spoiling, I guess, or is it too soon? Come back later.
I'm not gonna say it's too soon, but I would need to rewatch to be able to answer that. I know it's before it's before 3 for me though. I know that for a fact.
I think this might be. I think I would probably do 2, 1, 4, and 3.
Okay.
I think that might be my order. I really like 2.
I'm not mad at that because just given the circumstances and whatnot, I like the story is crazy.
Because I was just like, damn, my man was just trying to defend, like he was minding his business and got pulled into some shit. But yeah, I think that'll probably be my ranks.
2, 1, 4, 3. Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
2, 1, 3, 4. 2, 1, 4, 3.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. So one is the slowest, but of course you gotta get backstory, history, and whatnot. But it doesn't take long for them to get to it in that movie either.
The mystique they gave him in 1, where it was just like, yo, you did what? To who? So, and then once it started, it didn't stop.
Yeah.
And so it was just like action. So
as far as like an action series though, John Wick may be the best. I'm trying to think of like action series, like just Terminator.
Would you consider Fast and the Furious one?
No, I would not.
Why
It's
not?
not action.
I
I would think that's more
definitely-
action than Terminator. Terminator like sci-fi.
That's true. That's true.
So reason being, I wouldn't put because it's literally about racing. Majority of the movie, well, not even racing. It's about cars. Is the base of every one of the movies. Like,
excuse me, it's about family.
Episode like in episode 5, but Fast 5 is like the first one they were like really going in it with the guns and whatnot. Like,
I mean, I think they just use the car element for an action movie, so they use it as a tool. I would definitely.
It's an action, but I wouldn't put this in John Wick type. Nah, jazz.
Just because it's cars.
It gotta be some kill like Bad Boys. Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3. I would maybe compare that to this, if anything. But even that is a little bit different.
But all 3 are action movies, though.
Which one? I mean, it is. But
Fast and the Furious is definitely action to me.
Yeah,
it is an action movie, but I'm not putting Fast and the Furious with John. I'm not even putting them in the same category.
but then you have to think, what are your categories? Because obviously they're all action, but then you're adding more parameters.
Yeah.
So are you thinking more violence?
But Fast and the Furious got 20 movies. Like, you gonna put that against 4?
But no, not that. It's just, I guess, the franchise, because if you think about the different type of movies, Fast and the Furious, even though they have their action sequences, it's more on the comical side. John Wick is on the darker side.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Boys is in between those two. I mean, how I see it. So I probably wouldn't put them up against each other, depending on how much of a breakdown I'm trying to do for action movies. But if it's just action movies as a whole, whatever you see as an action movie, you pick it.
Yeah.
Then they go in the same barrel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to think about that. What do I think is in that? Because how many action movie franchises do we have? It's like this day and age. In the last 10 years, how many we have? Like, you have Fast and the Furious, but like, shit, what else has more than a movie? Because a lot of them have single movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lot of movies like Brad Pitt is
Mission Impossible is another one.
Mission.
Yep, you got that one, and then you got Batman, and then you had the Mad Max.
Mad Max
They go farther back than the other films.
Yeah, because that was like in the 80s or something. The first one.
Yeah, when Mel Gibson was in there, and then you got Die Hard.
John Wick ain't better than Mission Impossible, bro. John Wick ain't better than Mission Impossible, bro.
You love him some Tom Cruise.
You ain't even.
So I want to get back to this.
Here we go.
I want to get back to this.
Look, we found our agreement.
You ain't even seen the movie.
Wait,
to be able to have this conversation.
Jason, question for you: between a fight with Tom Cruise versus Keanu Reeves, who you put money on? Because you all up on in a fight.
In a fight. I probably would pick Wick in the fight. I probably pick Wick in the fight.
I was counting on you to say Tom Cruise.
Nah,
I was ready to argue you down. Damn.
How many Mission Impossible movies have you seen, Jazz?
Oh, I only seen one, and I ain't even finished that movie.
Man, Mission Impossible is great.
James Bond too. That's another action movie.
Oh, James Bond is another one.
James Bond is another one. That's a good
And those are really good.
James Bond.
What would you put up against James Bond or Mission Impossible?
Why? Why? Every Thanksgiving as a child, I used to watch the original James Bond movies with my cousin. That was something we did every Thanksgiving. For some reason, I used to put all the movies on the TV, and I used to sit there and watch all them Goldfinger, not like the old one, like before Pierce Brosnan was even the guy. Yeah. Now you got Daniel Craig. We had Daniel Craig. I think he's done with the mantle, but
License to Kill was my favorite James Bond movie. I love that movie.
License to Kill.
Yeah.
I like
the game was fun. The game was fun.
It wasn't better than GoldenEye 007.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing. That's a classic. There's no debating that. That was on PlayStation though too. That was on PlayStation.
I had on Nintendo 64.
GoldenEye. No,
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye was
Oh, okay. You talking about GoldenEye?
So-
Yeah. License to Kill was on PlayStation.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Is that the one when the car he was in front of the car on the cover?
I believe
It's one of them. He was
so.
in the front of a car.
The silver car, like a silver car. I believe.
I don't remember the color of the car. I just
But
remember.
yeah, that's you got that, and then you got the one they brought. Halle Berry.
She was in the James Bond.
She was in the third one, whatever the third one after that one. Tomorrow Never Dies, maybe.
With Pierce Brosnan.
I mean, he's in 3 of them, but I think she's in the third. He's in the third one.
No, you said when Pierce Brosnan was James Bond?
Yeah,
oh,
okay. he was still, he was still. I think End of the Armies is in James Bond, I believe. See, you know what I'm saying? They bringing them. See them, you know, her and Halle Berry. They need her to bring some drives in when they get them in there. I think Carmen Electra was the love interest, but she turned out to be Eve.
Anybody think about her? You said Carmen Electra?
Yeah,
she's a good burger.
Good Burger 2 coming out.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
But Mission Impossible, and now that new movie gonna come out. I can't wait for that to come out. Like y'all should see that last one. Got some Superman is the villain. Y'all should go check it out.
They making a this is a 2-parter, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Ghost Recon, I believe. I think it's whatever it is. But it's like they saying it's they trying to put it up against John Wick. So we'll see. It's some big shoes to fill. Although this has been out a lot longer. I'm just saying. So when he was out with Mission Impossible, Keanu was on the bus trying to stop it. You know what I'm saying?
But he did stop that bus from blowing up. So you respect Neo. And how the Matrix is actually the Matrix would probably be considered science fiction.
Yeah,
so I probably wouldn't. Yeah.
But they got Matrix 4 is a thing too. So
I did not watch that. Everybody I talked to said don't watch it. So
I didn't. So the people that
Jazz watched it, I think.
The people that's really into
you did?
People that's really into Matrix like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. From what I heard, but I didn't watch it, so
I didn't either.
Bro, Matrix 3 at the movies when I was a kid was like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. When they was fighting the robots. When all the robots was coming in the room and y'all seen Matrix 3, right?
I've seen them, but I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember 2 and 3 at all.
Okay.
One was the one. I watched it every day on TV. Like when it was on TV, I watched it every day.
The one.
They say he ain't. So, what you think? You think he the one?
Yeah.
You think Neo was the one or no?
Who else would be the one?
He died, right?
But he fulfilled. Okay, never mind. I'm not going there with you. His name is Neo. It's like it's an anagram for one, but it's cool. I get it.
Hey man, it's a theory out there in the world. He really wasn't the one. But who am I, man? But this has been our John Wick 4 review, episode 44. Jazz, any last or closing remarks for the people?
Shout out to everybody that continues to listen and watch, and shout out to everybody that is new.
Kris, you have anything to say to the people?
Pretty much what Jazz said. Shout out to the viewers and listeners. We almost had 50 episodes, which is kind of crazy, but I know that's kind of wild. But we've done 50 for real if you count the bonuses. But officially, we're almost at 50. So
exactly. But again, as they said, I can't. I will continue to echo it as well. Appreciate the listeners, the viewers, people that's checking for us weekly. We drop every Tuesday in the morning around 6 Eastern, and then in the afternoon for viewing pleasure. If you're into the viewership of it all, around 4 Eastern. But again, this is the Was It Good Though podcast. I am Jason. I am joined with Jazz and Kris, and we appreciate you for listening. Thank you.
Cheers.